The cheetah, the world's fastest land mammal, is running out of safe space to survive. To protect animals, reserves in South Africa are fenced, meaning that they're not able to move between remaining protected areas. Vincent van der Merwe is leading the cheetah range expansion project for the Endangered Wildlife Trust, relocating cheetahs amongst reserves.
We currently manage 490 cheetahs on 68 reserves across southern Africa. So we started only in South Africa and we now have branched out into Malawi, Zambia and Mozambique.
Today he will be collecting 2 male cheetahs and relocate them all the way to Mozambique. The cheetahs need to be sedated.
So I think let's just go in, just the two of us, with that car. I'll drop the carcass for them, and then when they're on the carcass, they'll go. Yeah.
With the cheetahs now fully sedated, the team has now 40 minutes to examine them and get them ready for their long journey to Mozambique.
Cheetah are very sensitive to the anesthetics, so we have to treat them very carefully to prevent secondary complications. We make sure that they're properly hydrated, so every cheetah that's traveling will get an intravenous infusion.
A collar with tracking device is fitted so that their movements can be followed once they are released. Hair and blood samples are taken for the DNA database. With all the health checks finished, it's time to load them into the crates.
It's going to be a long journey for them. They're going to spend approximately 36 hours in the crate.
The cheetahs' lives are now in Vincent's hands. There's always a risk of the cheetah not making it during the 36-hour relocation.
Alright, so we are meeting the government officials now who are going to sign the cheetahs out of South Africa. These are the CITES officials. CITES is an organization that prevents the illegal trade of wildlife. We're going to check on our cheetahs and make sure that we are exporting the correct cheetahs, the cheetahs that we say we are exporting. They're going to be checking chip numbers, and it's a nice opportunity for us to establish a good relationship with them. Our biggest challenge in this whole relocation is now going to be crossing that border post. They must make a plan now. Okay.
The moment we hit the gate and drove in, it was almost too good to be true. I mean, we did it. Opening the crates, that's just the cherry on top, you know. All the culmination of all the hard work comes together into one moment.
It seems like one of the cheetahs isn't very keen to leave his crate.
Getting them out of those transport crates was a massive relief. Next morning we popped across there and they were doing incredibly well.
One day later, Vincent is back in South Africa to collect 2 female cheetahs. The cheetahs are in a boma, making it easier to dart them. Hair samples are taken and they are checked for ticks. A collar with tracking device is fitted so that their movements can be followed once they are released. Hydration fluids are given and blood samples are taken. Then it's time to put them into their crates. They have to be careful, the cheetahs are waking up. But before they leave, they need to be woken up. Another long journey for Vincent, making sure the cheetahs arrive safely. There's always a risk of the cheetahs not making it during transport.
Look at all this beautiful paperwork. Today it only took 3 hours.
Opening the crates, that's just the cherry on top, you know. All the culmination of all the hard work comes together into one moment. It was quite strange, they didn't want to leave those crates, they just refused to get out, and we really had to push them to get them out. Just getting them out of those transport crates was a massive relief.
Very exciting. We've had the 4 cheetahs arrive. They're in holding bomas now, and they'll remain there for 3 or 4 weeks. The idea is to hopefully lose the homing instinct, get accustomed to their new surroundings, and then we will release them into the greater Karingani.
Today is the big day. The cheetahs will be released into the reserve. The cheetahs need to be sedated. The 2 males are darted. Measurements are taken. The males will be driven to the release site. Now it's the female's turn. The Cubo community attended to watch the release and assisted in offloading the females from the helicopter and moving them to a shady spot where the antidote will be administered.
We're very grateful to Karingani management for creating 150,000 hectares of safe space for cheetah conservation, and not only for cheetahs but for the rest of biodiversity that persists in this area. We hope that the cheetahs will become an integral part of that conservation success story.